So, in lecture 2 we will continue the atom to solid structure. So, today we will discuss about the matter which is made of atoms. You know, these thousands and thousands type of matter in the universe exist, but all of them are made of atoms, either of single type of atom or more than one type of atoms. And also we know that there are 92 types of atom are found in nature, but there are few more types of atoms which are invented in laboratory and they are not found in nature. So, whatever matter is found in nature, so that are made of mainly these 92 types of atoms. So, matter in universe are found mainly in 4 types. Or in 4 states. So, it is a solid state, matter is found in solid state, then it is found in liquid state, gaseous state, and plasma state. So, mainly this in these 4 states we see matter in universe, but there are some other state of matter under some extreme conditions. So, which is not found in nature, but one can artificially create some other states also. However, we will concentrate our discussion on this 4 state and then we will come back to the solid state. So, solid state, liquid state and gaseous state, these are quite familiar to you, but plasma state is not much familiar to us. So, plasma state is basically, this is a gaseous state of negatively charged electron and highly positively charged ions created by a heating of gas or by applying gas to a strong electromagnetic wave. So, as per examples of this lighting storms, then interior of sun and stars. So, they are the basically in plasma states, and other 3 states is basically neutral atom. This also atom, but it is ionized form. So, So, these states, solid state, liquid state, gaseous state. So, these states are formed due to the aggregation of atoms, and how to differentiate these different states, that we will discuss. So, in terms of interatomic distance of between atoms, we can define these different states. So, you know that atom generally is considered a spherical hard balls, having positive charge and negative charge. So, these are nucleus and the surrounding this negative charge electrons. So, interatomic distance, in terms of interatomic distance we can define the states. So, interatomic distance is basically the distance between the center of two atoms So, center to center distance generally we take as a interatomic distance. Now, this interatomic distance when it is very large. So, in assembly of atoms, so when this distance, interatomic distance are large, then it is basically in gaseous state. When this interatomic distance are very small, the atoms are compact, so this interatomic distance, these are very small, then it is solid state. And when intermediate distance is in between these two, so then it is basically liquid state. Okay. So, rough estimation one can do for this interatomic distance. So, in case of gaseous state, the interatomic distance, the average interatomic distance is around in this case it is around 30 angstrom, and in case of solid the interatomic distance is say around I think in the range of 2 to 4 angstrom, and liquid it is in between, it's around 5 to say 10 angstrom. So, one can estimate this interatomic distance. So, as per example we can try for that gaseous state. So you know that interatomic distance of gaseous state we can estimate, but for that we have to consider, we have to take a gas in a container, and we have to keep that gas at a particular temperature and pressure. Okay. So, generally we consider the natural temperature and pressure, that is atmospheric pressure and room temperature. So, at this natural temperature and pressure, we know that 1 mole gas contains Avogadro number of that is N equal to 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 number of atoms. So 1 mole gas at NTP, its volume is 22.4 liters. So 22.4 liter means 22.4 into 10 to the power 3 milliliter or centimeter cube. So this also, since the distance, as I told, for gas average interatomic distance is around 30 angstrom. So we want to get this volume in this unit, angstrom unit. So one can convert it. So say 22.4 into 10 to the power 3 into 1 centimeter equal to 10 to the power 8 angstrom. 8 angstrom. So centimeter cube, so it will be 10 to the power 8 cube angstrom cube. Okay. So this 22.4 into 10 to the power 27 angstrom cube. So in this volume, this how many number of atoms are there? This many numbers of atoms are there. So average volume for one atom we can find out. So average volume for one atom in that gas, one atom, so that will be V by N. So that will be 22.4 into 10 to the power 27 angstrom cube divided by 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. So it will be basically, it's 4 times 6 is 24, so slightly less than 4. So it's I have calculated, so it's around 3.72 into 10 to the power 4. angstrom cube. Okay. So that is the volume for one atom. So if you consider a cube, so then the length or width or breadth height of that cube you will get taking the cube root of this volume, So that will be the average distance. So average distance so that will be basically cube root of 3.72 into, so this one can write basically 37.2 into 10 to the power 3 angstrom. So 10 to the power 3 it will, so cube root it will give 10, and then for this, so basically we can write into 10 angstrom. Okay. So cube root of this one, if you calculate, so it will come, sorry, this is 37.2 because you have to multiply with 10, 37.2. So this will be between 3 and 4, because 3 into 3 into 3 27, 4 into 4 into 4 this is 64. So it will be in between. So if you just calculate, you will find it will be 3.34 into 10 to the power into 10 angstrom. So that is basically 33.4 angstrom. So as I told this, its interatomic distance will be around 30 angstrom. So after calculation also it's around 30 angstrom. Okay. So that way one can estimate the interatomic distance for liquid, for solids. So basically if you know the density of these states, so from there one can calculate number density. One has to find out number density. If you know the density rho, so density is basically mass per volume. So from mass you can find out the number of atoms. 1 gram mole contains 6, the Avogadro number of atoms. So so basically then you can convert to this mass density to the number density. So basically number of atoms per unit volume. So then 1 by that number density, if this I write mass density, so one has to find out number density. So 1 by that number density, that will be the basically volume of that. So from here this way also one can find out the interatomic distance. It's just estimation, it's not exact. So one can just guess what will be the order of the distance in case of gas, in case of solid, and in case of liquid. So So now we'll see the solid state of matter. Solid state of matter. So matter in a solid state of matter. So in solid state of matter, atoms are very close to each other. Atoms are very close to each other and they hold each other. So what is the origin of the force to hold them together? So this origin of this force, that is basically electrostatic force. Magnetic force also it is there, but it is very weak. So mainly electrostatic force hold atoms together in solid. So from where that electrostatic force are coming? So if you take atom, so two atom at a say distance r, interatomic distance r, so these atoms have nucleus and negative charge. So when they come close to each other, then that electron nucleus, so nucleus, so the repulsive force acts, and on the other hand electron of this and the nucleus of the other one, they are opposite charge, so and vice versa. So electron of this and nucleus of other one, so they will attract each other. So both attractive force and repulsive force are acting on this system up to say two atoms. So in solids there are many atoms, so similar way this type of force will act with other atoms also. So this repulsive force and attractive force acts on the system, so that net force on the system one can write. So this force generally we say in its force, it's basically proportional to the electrostatic force, it is proportional to the power to the some power of the interatomic distance, inversely proportional to the power of some power of the interatomic distance. So one force will be repulsive and another force will be attractive. So if I write, so this atom A and this atom B, so if I write A, this basically A and B, these two atoms, and A here I am writing as a some constant, characteristic constant of this atom. So A by R to the power some power, say m, and another force is, if I write this power to the power some, say n. So, mainly this 1 by r to the power m, and another one is 1 by r to the power n. So, this a, b, m, n are constant, and depends on the atom. So, it is called atomic it's basically called this characteristic constant of atom. Okay. So, if you so net force will be the, basically this you have attractive force and the repulsive force. So, if you take summation of them, so you will get the total force. So, one force is basically repulsive and attractive. If one become positive, another become negative. So, but in case of interatomic distance, here internal energy, potential energy basically represent better way than the force. So, the force, from force one can find out the internal energy, say U r. So, this force is basically function of r. So, one is find out the force at equilibrium distance, stable configuration. So, if this is the force, then one can find out the potential energy for this system. So, basically one has to integrate this force with respect to distance, and if you integrate it, so then basically, so it is not difficult to integrate. If you integrate it, so basically you will get that, I can write directly the expression. So, so it will come like this, r to the power m minus b r to the power n. So, a b is basically new constant, new characteristic constant. So, this when you will integrate, you will this a you will get in terms of a, b, m and n. So, that we define with new constant a and b. Okay. And I think this will be plus. So, this so from this potential energy you can find out the minimum potential energy, because system prefer to stay at minimum energy. So, you can find out a equilibrium distance for where the energy of the system will be minimum. So, say at distance r equal to r0. So, this u r will be u r0 will be minimum. U r0 will be minimum. So, for that basically there is a procedure, you know, that if you differentiate this one with respect to r and find out energy at r equal to r0. Okay. So when this will be 0, so for that condition, what is the value of r? That will be r0. If we tell that is r0, so that will be the equilibrium distance. So if you do this step, then you will find that you will get r0, basically equal to say b by a, power is b by a n by n 1 by n minus n. So that will be the equilibrium distance. For that the energy will be minimum. So system will prefer to stay at this interatomic distance. So that is the in solid, when it is found it is in solid, so that will be the basically interatomic distance. We will tell this is the interatomic distance, and that potential energy versus distance, if you plot from that expression, we get really this type of curve. Okay. So this is UR and this is R. So this will be the minimum energy, and that distance means one atom is here, then another atom is here. So that will be the R0. So that is the basically interatomic distance. So thus solid, that atoms in a solid will be stable and they will have interatomic distance of this range, and this R0 is generally 1 to 4 angstrom. Okay, thank you. So we will continue.